Hey everyone, it's the Jock and Nerd Weekly, another fresh edition. Jock and Nerd Podcast live on Blab. Let's go.
It's the Jock and Nerd Podcast with your hosts.
Hold on, I fucked that up. We're going to restart. Here's why. I had a special intro. Reset, take two, Jock and Nerd. Check out this awesome intro, fellas.
Hey, what's up? It's Taylor Gray, the voice of Ezra Bridger on Star Wars Rebels, and you're listening to the Jock and Nerd Podcast.
It's the Jock and Nerd Podcast with your hosts, Anthony and Imran.
Jock and Nerd. Hi, all listener. It's another edition of Jock and Nerd Weekly. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's the nerd.
And this one's the Rug Boy. What's up, Rugs? How's it going?
How's it going, dudes?
How is it's post-Turkey Day here in the States. Is everyone, I'm still full. How about you guys?
I ate pigeon.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I knew that felty Americans have different traditions on Thanksgiving.
The flying rat, we call it. Yes.
I wasn't even sure
Very
you
tasty.
celebrated on the same day. I thought it was like a day later, like Orthodox Christmas.
His stomach isn't as big as ours, so he probably can't handle chicken or turkey as well as
Some
There's too much
quail.
waste.
we. Yeah.
Well, this is the Jock and Nerd Weekly. We're live on Blab. Thanks for joining us, everyone. If you just do us a little flavor, click that little bird flavor, turkey flavor, bird flavor. Tweet this out. It's going to make a little jiffy gif, and it's a lot of fun. And we are going to have a great show. So let's see if we get this thing going. We almost didn't do this show this week. Why is that? Well, there weren't a lot of new episodes of our usual roundup, was there, fellas?
There's nothing on.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
3 shows that we always review were not on this week. So Flash,
Yeah.
Arrow, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. were not on this week.
But you know what? Stuff happened. We got lots of cool stuff to talk about. Stuff being a new Civil War trailer. Stuff being an amazing Walking Dead resolution that everybody's talking about. And stuff being that I got to meet Taylor Gray, voice of Ezra Bridger from Star Wars Rebels. And I got a little interview with him. But before we get to all of that.
That's what that intro was all about, huh?
That was that special intro. Oh, you mean this?
Hey, what's up? It's Taylor Gray, the voice of Ezra Bridger on Star Wars Rebels, and you're listening to the Jock and Nerd Podcast.
Dude, Star Wars Rebels, I love that show.
Right? That's a fun show.
Now
And
you're
I'll
just
tell you-
bragging. You're just bragging
I know.
now by playing.
I'm gonna
that
wear out that MP3 file. But before we get to all of that, we got to give a little shout out to a couple of shows we went on this week, right,
Yes,
fellas? We
yep.
had some fun over in the podcast and webcam community.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So the first thing we did was shout out thanks to Peter Kendall from How Do I Jump?
HD1 Jump. Yep.
Yeah, they do a great video gaming weekly podcast called The Weekly Jump. If you're into video games at all, definitely check these guys out. They're like video game journalists. They know all about the video games.
They know
But
all
what
their
he does,
shit.
yeah, dude, they nerd out as hard as we do over this stuff over video games. It's quite remarkable.
They have a huge hard on for video games as much as we
Yes,
have.
they have a
Geek shit.
for video, and that's fine. Like, and they're passionate about it, and they got a lot of great information. But what he likes to do every year for Thanksgiving is invite everyone that he's ever had on the show on at once.
Oh, shit.
There was 13 motherfuckers on a Skype call with us for this Thanksgiving episode.
Including
Listen,
us three.
Counting us or
No,
not?
all counting us,
Counting
all
us.
together. It was
Jesus Christ.
I just listen. I'll put a link in the show notes, jockandnerd.com/61 is this episode, and you can check it out. I just wanted to know what happens when you have 13 people on a Skype call, and it's pretty much what I thought would happen.
Yeah, it was. You know what? It was like trying to have a conversation holding 20 phones.
Exactly. That's a pretty good analogy. You're
What
like
makes it even
juggling different
worse
lines.
too is the phone analogy is great because you don't see we didn't have the video on, so you couldn't queue
Right.
up when someone wanted to talk. You couldn't. There was no visual
You had
cues.
no body
Everyone was just
language.
talking over one another, and it was a cluster.
Yeah,
But
I
it
couldn't.
was
I couldn't. It was giving me stress. I'm like, I can't do this. I feel like I'm in a crowd and I can't hear my own self think.
It
I
was
had to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, I had to
quite
do
a
it as well.
unique experience. I'll tell you that much.
I left also because I just had nothing to contribute. I don't play video games, so it was.
Yeah, I play video games. Every time I tried to make it into something I knew about, they changed it back to Fallout. And I'm like, Fallout's okay, but they're talking about Fallout like it's the best game ever. It's really
Is
not.
it? No.
No, it's boring. You walk around.
You walk
Do
around
nothing.
and pick up stuff, and there's a dog. It follows you around.
Yeah,
I don't know.
like,
Apparently,
there's no, like, I don't know. I mean, the graphics are cool and everything, but like, you're literally walking around picking up junk, and then you can't do shit with it. Or if you can do shit with it, you need to like buy a Bible that tells you what to do with it, because it's not like, but nukes, bro.
Yeah, Big Jeffrey says there's nukes. I guess they nuke the city.
right,
It's
well,
like a post. You can nuke things.
I'm looking at this now. Okay.
Ruggs did have you had some good questions you actually knew, and if you listen, I don't say anything until they talk about like Jessica Jones and like stuff that I knew about, and then I jump back in. I hung in there to the end, but
okay.
go check it out. Link in the show notes. Peter Kendall, HD1 Jump, and then following that,
Go ahead. I was gonna say, well, thank this next one, but you had a nice little transition to Jessica Jones that we can just jump into real quick.
Oh, I did.
Well, you were like, we started talking about Jessica Jones. I just want to. Obviously, we're gonna do our huge episode.
Yes.
So we're not really going to spoil anything now, but I just want to know where you guys are at and Jessica.
Well, listen, we'll get to
watching.
that when we get to the TV shows real quick.
Let's do it. Let's
okay.
wait.
Yes. Well, wait. That's where that fits. Now, we also hung out with Angel from the Blab communities. Angel Hill. She was subscribed to the show. I wonder if she's in here.
She was very cool. I liked her.
She was awesome. She invited us on this game show, Monday Night Madness game show, and it was very adult oriented. We got to be dirty and have fun, and I had a lot of fun. Ruggs, what'd you think?
I liked it. I had a good time. I wish I was a little bit more prepared mentally for it, but yeah, I had a good time.
That's what this is. You just kind of get thrown into the mix and figure out. But these guys over there, check them out. I'll put a link to that Blab. They're trying to grow like a whole network of shows. They're like programming execs from like early HBO. They're stringing these shows together, making a Blab network. Yeah, it's really exciting. It's really fun, and she was really happy to have us there. And Ricky Prime was in there, and everyone like knows everybody else. It's all connected. It's lots of fun. I love this Blab community, which is why I would have missed this had we not decided not to do this show after all. I would have missed seeing Rug Boy. Not so much Anthony, because I see his monkey face every day at work. So, but Rug Boy, I would have missed this hanging out.
You missed this shit because you're a loser, Imran.
Yes, that's also might be somewhat partially.
I like how he just completely unflappable when you say that.
I know, I can't.
He didn't even, not even like his eyebrow raised, nothing. He just was like,
I can't flap. No one try to try flapping the Jock. You can't do it, people. He is unflappable.
Go stroke a barbell.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So that was the fun stuff we did. Let's get into a little bit of Star Wars meeting I had. What do you guys say?
Sure.
Okie dokie.
All right.
The Jock and Nerd Podcast.
So as you heard in the intro, peoples, I got a little bit of time with Taylor Gray, who is the voice actor on Star Wars Rebels. He plays Ezra Bridger, which is like the lead character.
Oh, nice.
And this show's on Disney XD. It takes place between like episode 3 and episode 4, I believe, kind of in the middle. And it's a great show. It feels like Star Wars. Taylor was like in town for like a Star Wars Day thing, and a buddy of mine who was handling, like, he was like his handler, or he was like in charge of him for the day. He's like, dude, you want to talk to Taylor Gray? I'll give you some time. And it was awesome. I got to hang out. Listener, check out the very end of the show. I'm gonna put it. I got like a 13-minute like on the spot interview, which I thought was pretty good considering like I had no preparation. I was like, all right, I'll talk to you for 13 minutes. Really nice dude. He's young. He's like 22, but really down to earth, sincere, cool guy. And there's a bunch of great talent on the show. Ruggs, you watch Star Wars Rebels?
I do. I enjoy it.
Right?
I enjoy it quite a lot. Yeah, I think Freddie Prinze Jr. is a voice on there. And what's her name from Firefly?
Vanessa Marshall.
Yeah.
Right?
No, not her.
There is a Vanessa.
She was just on Vanessa Marcel. She was a hot chick back in the day, if that's the same girl. But yes.
Yeah, you're right.
They got James Earl Jones. They got Billy D. Williams doing all the original voices, and it's all tied into. We talked to Greg Wiseman, and he was executive producer in the first season of the show, and he's just Summer Glau. Is Summer Glau on the show?
No, I think it's Gina Torres. I think she's from Firefly. She was like the black woman who was married to Wash.
Greg Wiseman actually did a voice for Stormtrooper in 3 episodes.
Sarah Michelle Gellar's done a voice on this show.
Yeah, man, great. Frank Oz is Yoda. Oh, Gina Torres. Yeah, it's just got, and Wiseman's got a great cast of voice talent that he can pull from, and everybody knows each other. And check out the interview at the end of the show. Now, you guys, if you're watching this replay or you're live in the blab, you're actually gonna have to listen to the actual podcast over at
wow.
to hear this interview, because I'm not gonna sit here and play you a 13-minute interview while we just sit here with our thumbs up the asses. It doesn't really make any sense.
No.
So. We're going to force you to go check out the show, jockandnerd.com/61. There'll be time codes and in the show notes. You could go to the end. Real great interview, Taylor Gray, Ezra Bridger. That was awesome. It was kind of fun. And I got him to do that bumper.
Man. That was a nice
get. Right?
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
We're getting the guests, baby.
I saw an opportunity, and I took the opportunity. What can I say?
Yeah.
All right.
Get it Chi-Town style.
Yeah, we're doing Chirac style. Oh, it's a little sensitive right now. There's actually protests. They're trying to shut down Michigan Avenue.
They shut down the Apple Store.
Kind of did, yeah. It's Rug Boy does technically always have to thumb up the ass. Big Jeff is right. He's got
it's in my Slack hole.
one big thumb up the Slack hole, and that's going to be a great segue. Let's talk about whatever TV we got this week, fellas.
Jock and Nerd.
So we had a new Supergirl, but it was actually the Supergirl that was supposed to be aired the week before, after the episode we saw last week, which should have been aired this week. Is that all confusing to anyone? It is to me.
Yeah, and I don't even know why that it didn't really ring a bell like, oh, this reminds me of the French terrorism.
There was a little plot of the guys bombing a building, but really moving it a week later, is that even help? You might have just played it last week.
Yeah, it was dumb.
It was a little knee-jerk reactionary. I don't know. I
want to tell the listener, me and Imran were debating this whole week about if we were even going to talk about Supergirl, and I came to the conclusion that we weren't going to talk about it, so I didn't watch it. But apparently Imran says I didn't really need to watch it anyways, and he was still kind of bleh on the show.
It's the same shit. It's the same shit every week again. There's another scene where there's background music. It's time after time, Cyndi Lauper cover, and it completely takes me out of this heartfelt conversation. I don't know what the fuck they're saying again. They do this every episode. Ruggs, did you see this? The one?
Yes, I caught this week's musical fuck over,
right?
And I was not pleased again. It was they're still pulling from 80s stuff, a lot of 80s music, which I like. I like that they're trying to introduce a younger generation to cool music and everything, but it just doesn't fit the scene. The songs don't quite fit. I don't think people even go read the lyrics.
Yeah.
And then maybe see if they fit the scene.
I don't think they're actually paying attention to the words.
They're using romance songs when sisters are talking. It's just weird.
Ooh, Do-Right's in the house. What's up, Do-Right? Yeah, so, there's some stuff about Maxwell Lord. He set her up to test her, blah, blah, blah. There's James Olsen and Lucy Lane. That's why they were together in the Livewire episode. It's all backwards. Lord is trying to figure out who she is, but I don't know why people can't tell who she is, because all she does is
she doesn't wear a mask
and put on glasses. None of this makes sense at all.
The real question is, Imran, do you think we'll keep reviewing the show? Or you think is this mark the end of it?
No, well, look. The next episode will have Red Tornado on it. So right. If it gets kind of wacky, space, sci-fi, I'm going to give the Red Tornado episode maybe the last chance. We'll see.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
What do you think, Ruggs? Is that a good idea?
I'm going to watch it because I feel like I have to support comic book shows no matter what they are in a way.
Yeah.
So I watch them. Even if I hate watch them, I still watch them. But this show, is it doing well in the ratings even?
No, it's been I read an article where the Flash and Supergirl might cross over.
Yes.
But right now it's only ordered for 13 episodes. So the ratings have been dipping every week. So the reason why they're even entertaining this crossover is because they want to boost the ratings, but it's up to CBS to order 22 episodes, and they haven't ordered 22 episodes yet.
This was very interesting, and we're going to talk about this in the news section, but does them ordering the episodes depend on the crossover, or is it the other way around?
I think they will do the crossover if they order the episodes.
Now, which show does that really benefit?
What's going to Supergirl?
I don't know. I mean, like, this is the problem: is that there's no intrigue on Supergirl at all.
No,
There's
it's
no
just-
mystery. There's no like.
Yes.
There's nothing driving the plot of the show. It's just okay. We're getting to know Supergirl.
Rug Boy,
But there's no like central thing that's driving the plot. So like people are not tuning in and being like, "Oh, I got to find out what happens." Like no one, like, it's like the same shit every week. It's almost very procedural.
Rug
and
Boy,
you can
yeah. You nailed it for me because I think that's what it is. I couldn't put my finger on it. I was like, all the other shows, they get me hyped up. They got some, like, for some reason, this show just sits there. Like, it does nothing. It's just one damn thing after another. And then at the end, it's over, and I feel nothing. All
right, like, let's take the episodes that Tony has seen. Okay?
Yeah.
You start the first episode and shit, and they tell you that there's all these people who escaped from Krypton, from the Phantom Zone, and they're running amok. And she's gonna have to, and there's been no progress. Then there's like the third episode, you see the main bad guy, they have a tussle, and then that's it. You never hear about them again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it's like they don't know how to keep the intrigue going. They don't know how to build the tension on that show. It's I expect more. Like Arrow sucked me right in.
Yeah.
And Berlanti did that show.
Yeah.
And Flash, I didn't really like Flash at first. But, now that I've stuck with it, I'm like, I don't hate it. I kind of like, okay, this is what it is, and it works for what it is.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, there isn't. I mean, I thought they were teasing her relative being the overarching storyline, the villain kind of everything, but then they blew that already in the third episodes with that first confrontation, and now it seems like there's nothing really. There is no overarching storyline right now. You're absolutely right.
And
it's not gripping.
No.
Or if there is, it's just
gripping is her and her fappening pictures.
That's the best thing about the show is the fapping ass. Here's the thing though, when the Flash comes over, like, do you think it'll be like a multi-universe? These aren't the same universes. There's no way they exist in the same.
I mean, the thing with Flash is they've introduced the idea of a multiverse, so it's very easy to just retcon that there's a multiverse, because right now you're right, in Flash and Arrow there is no acknowledgement that Superman exists, but in Supergirl it's like a thing, like everybody knows about it.
Yeah.
And that's like the Donner Superman.
But it'll only happen if CBS orders more episodes, because they don't think they'll have time to do it until the spring.
So they have to get more episodes, then they can do this crossover, which will only help Supergirl, I'm assuming, because the only
reason they're entertaining this crossover is because they want Flash's rub from the ratings to come over to Supergirl. So that means the show isn't doing very well in the ratings.
No, a little desperate. Seems a little desperate.
Yep.
See, but that's the thing. They had the great start. They had all these people tune in, and now they're losing them because they blew it.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Yeah, and they had that Big Bang Theory lead in, which helped, but now, they're not able to hold them. So they're going to have to course correct.
That's a problem with the show. That's the problem inherently with the writing and what they're choosing to do with it. The approach where people watching it are like, they think it's a little too silly. It's a little too pandering.
It's very pandering.
I would say this too, especially with the pandering, especially now that a show, Jessica Jones, is out. And I'm just touching upon it. There's not spoiling anything, but the over-the-top feminism in Supergirl compared to the way they portray like a strong female character in Jessica Jones is like night and day.
Unbelievable.
So much better on
you
Jessica
compare
Jones.
those. Yes.
That's how you do a show, by the way.
And to think that like Jessica Jones almost landed on ABC, that would have been a disaster. They would have messed that up too. So.
Been bad.
All right. Fuck that Supergirl show. Let's talk about since there was no other TV except for a new Walking Dead
and Gotham.
And you know what? And I just watched I'm still watching Gotham. Speaking of watching stuff that Gotham's pretty wacky. It's almost at the end of its like 11 season.
Did you see the
arc
season finale? They're gonna tease. They're gonna show some footage from Batman vs Superman.
Yep, it's almost like a reaction to like Captain America trailer comes out, and they're like, "Fire back! We got a little bit of Batman versus Superman in the Gotham mid-season finale." So,
hey, Angel's here.
Hey, there she is.
Hey,
Angel on TV. We just said thank you earlier for getting us on your game show. So it's like they're firing back with we'll be talking about that next week, listener. Don't you worry about that. You'll get our thoughts on that one. But we had Walking Dead, fellas. This season 6, episode 7, titled "Heads Up."
Let's get him on. Throw him on.
I think we got to get Do Right on because there was a bet. There was a gentleman's bet, wasn't there? Do Right. What do you say? We might as well. This is a special It's a special Jock and Nerd Weekly, and we're going to make an exception where we usually wait till after the show to open up the blabs. But do right, do us a solid and jump in because we had a bet. We got to settle the bet, motherfucker.
I'm waiting.
And not everybody follows Twitter and notices the trash talk me and Rug Boy spit at. This week.
That was great.
So we gotta talk about that on the show, man.
Basically, everyone, again,
this is the first time that Do-Right hasn't jumped immediately.
I know. Well, let's just issue this first.
Prepare to be spoiled.
In case you haven't watched the latest episode of Walking Dead. Okay, here we go.
Here he is.
This is gonna get good. Because Mr. Do-Right of Sea Stories with Mr. Do-Right and our very own Felty American Rug Boy had a bet over the fate of Glenn. Did you not, gentlemen?
Hey,
Do-Right, how's it going?
How is it?
Welcome. Nice to see you. Wouldn't it be a Jock and Nerd Weekly without Do-Right? Now, who wants to tell him what the bet was?
So the bet was, I bet Rug Boy that Glenn was alive, and he kept saying that Glenn was dead. And I said, Rug Boy, you crazy?
Wait,
Not the droid that I'm looking for.
Hold on. He's trying to pull it. He's trying to do a reverse Jedi mind trick on us, listener. Rug Boy said it. Set the record straight, Rugs.
Listen, I told you he was under the dumpster. Listen, you should have listened to me. I knew it. I knew it.
You know what? How the hell you get under a damn dumpster? Go find a dumpster and try to squeeze under it. Rug Boy, you can't even get in a dumpster, dude. I'm sorry.
So we find out that Glenn survived 3-4 weeks later. Do-Right. Angel Hill does point out something funny. Like your nameplate is right over your head, so it looks like your eyes are blacked out, like you're in the witness protection program. It's quite hilarious. Like, okay, there you go. When you get lower, there you go.
You got to strengthen your
There you
camera.
go.
It looked like there it is. It looked like you were hiding out from somebody for a second. You're like, I can't show my eyes. Look, let's start there. What happened was Glenn.
I knew it.
And it seems plausible. Seems plausible. Glenn scoots under the dumpster and kind of kills the walkers around him to make a barrier of walkers. They can't
they
get
eventually
to him.
go away because they hear noises and stuff.
They get bored. They ride it out. And thanks, Angel.
So can I just ask a couple of questions, Mr. Do-Right?
Yeah. Okay.
If I may. So you're sitting there, you're watching The Walking Dead, and then they show you that you're watching it. Tell me what's going on in your brain at that moment when you realize that I am the all-knowing Rug Boy Supreme, master of the TV show.
Man.
You know, you want to know, Rug Boy? Hold on. Because I was watching it. I was all relaxed in the bed and everything, and there's Glenn, and they pulling the fucking entrails out of old boy. And all I could say was, fuck you, Rug Boy.
Wowie zowie!
That's about all you can say, because Ruggs was right. I mean,
I've been right a lot, by the way. I just want everyone to understand this. I've been right a lot of times.
Well, you know what?
The cotton in your head.
Watching
is
Talking
awesome.
Dead afterwards, and what was the guy named? Not Greg Nicotero, but the other guy, the bald-headed dude.
It was like Scott Gimple was the,
and he was saying that they wanted the audience to feel the same anguish that the other survivors felt, not knowing what happened to Glenn. I mean, you think about it.
Yes,
we saw Glenn and what happened, but we didn't find out that he was fine until basically the same day they found out he was fine. So I thought that was pretty good fucking writing.
Did you guys feel that though? Did you feel that anguish? Did you feel a little bit like these are some shenanigans? Well, the other side of this argument is, does this make you lose trust in the show?
I don't know.
Because they look.
Why?
Here's the thing: they can't pull a fake death card again. They pulled the fake death card.
Why?
Who's
Who's writing these rules and says you can't do that again? Why?
Because then it
tell
gets
me why you
repetitive.
can't do that again. Arrow and Flash do it every week.
Yeah, but this is a different, higher level of television.
There's no rule against that.
Let me tell you something. Something else somebody else brought up on the show, and somebody else said it. But Glenn has been escaping death the most on that show. At least once every season, he's escaped death. Think about it. When the
They all
governor had
escape
him,
death,
and he let that zombie in on him, He escaped that.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but
that's
they all
true.
escape
Yeah.
that. That's why they're alive.
Yeah, but
Right.
Glenn is the one that does it the most.
Yeah, Glenn's good at getting out.
Yeah,
I mean, he
yeah.
gets himself out of hairy
Every
situations
season.
for sure.
Yes, very.
But yeah. I mean, but I guess the way, like, do you think the how the storyline went between from where Glenn was trapped to when we get revealed? I feel like they were putting in, like, this episode started with that, and they were just kind of putting in pieces for
Look.
this mid-season finale craziness that.
This is the
gonna happen
thing.
now.
The minute that they started that second episode after Glenn died, supposedly, and they didn't
Yeah.
resolve it, I knew it was bullshit. I knew it.
Yeah.
I just knew it because, like, you can't kill off a character and let people fucking dangle in the wind like that unless you're gonna bring him back.
Right.
If he's dead, you got to let people get on with their lives. You know what I mean? Because there's some people who fucking freaked out.
But
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Like, do right.
Absolutely.
Dead though. If they would have kept him dead, then that would have shocked people just as much as him still being alive.
Yeah, they gotta. I mean, I kind of knew he wasn't dead just because of what Imran spoiled for me with the comics and his death in the comics. So that
you
and
can't go by that.
yeah, I know, but I feel like that death in the comics is something they might want to recreate. Also, just
That's
the way
a
they shot
powerful
it, though,
death.
like it was very melodramatic. Like they took the sound away, they muted the sound, and they saw the blood squirting up
Yeah.
out of him.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it was just shot differently than any other death so
Yeah.
far. They kind of were like giving it away that this might be different.
Well, you know what? At least with that episode, they had everybody talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, let's
Yeah,
talk about the rest. What do you guys think of the rest of the episode? Like, I feel like, do you think they've learned the lesson that it's dangerous to like be compassionate a little bit, or are they going to try to hold on to their compassion still? Morgan got a little lecturing
Yes,
sit
he
down from the group, going like, "Buddy, what are you doing? Where are you? You over here? You over there?" And he's like, "No, all life is precious."
Yeah.
and then Michonne told him real quick, like that's kind of too simple. You just can't live like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great line because that's like what you think about. You're like, it's not that simple
Right.
anymore. There is no, that's very black and white, but this
Well,
is not
the
a
only
black
reason
and
they
white
found out
world
about that is because he let go of those 5 wolves, and then they ended up attacking Rick.
Right.
So he put other people
Yeah.
in danger,
Yeah.
and now he's hiding someone that Carol found out about.
And Carol, how did that end? Carol
Confronts him because
confronts him, and he didn't let
he's
her
giving
in.
that guy meds from the psych
Right.
doctor turned real doctor.
That's gonna bite him in the ass, dude. I don't like the fact that
You think
one
that'll
wolf
bite him
is
in the
still
ass,
there
or
and
maybe
he's trying
one of
to
these guys
save
gets
her.
redeemed?
Well, I mean, there is an argument to be made that people
Right.
can change. So, and they kind of brought that up, and you're like, huh. But where do you draw the line in these situations? Then you got more stupid, like, emo kid behavior.
Oh, that kid?
with Enid
No,
and
I thought you were
Ron.
talking about Ron's the kid. I hate that
Both
kid.
of them.
That kid.
Well, both of
He's
them.
gonna kill Glenn, and
Yeah.
or not Glenn. He wants to shoot Carl.
I think
well,
that's
yeah.
what Carl's
he's
gonna get
got
the
some
shot
nuts.
of eye.
Someone's eye out.
Yeah,
That's it. Yo, shoot
You
your
know-
eye out. It's gonna be a
What'll
fucking
happen here?
Christmas
I'm
story.
calling it right now. That kid doesn't have great aim. He's gonna try and shoot Carl and shoot him in like the leg because he's got bad aim. He hasn't learned how to shoot yet.
Well, all right, look, here's from the comic books. You want me to tell you what happens in Alexandria?
You're gonna spoil the whole thing,
This,
like in Alexandria.
no,
no.
there's something that happens in Alexandria that I think this is kind of leading
What, the
up
hand
to.
missing?
Similar. Now, Carl.
Oh, his eye missing.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Maybe.
So, because what happens?
Yeah,
all right,
no.
I'm just gonna say it. Look, I said spoiler. What happens? There's a shootout in Alexandria, and in the comic books, the leader of the village is an old man, Douglas, and there's a crazy shootout, and Carl accidentally gets shot. The bullet grazes through his eye, and it just shoots his eye out. So, for a large part of the show, he has just a socket. I don't know how somehow he doesn't die. There's no surgery, but it doesn't kill him, but he's got like a big hole in his head, and it's kind of fucking awesome because he's like, it just makes him more badass in the comic.
It
book.
makes him
So I feel like
have shitty
yeah.
aim. I don't know.
It increases it. Hey, look, if you listen to our show with Emmy-winning photographer Ross Detman, it can make you.
Oh,
it can
God,
increase your
that's
sense.
a terrible story.
That's
terrible.
Story. So that's what
Okay.
I think is going to happen
Good
with
prediction.
the Ron. And maybe, what'd you think of like Glenn and Enid, and Glenn kind of being like the big brother
You know
slash
what?
father?
The best
to this
line
fucking
from
girl
that was
who pulled the gun
she
out.
was holding the gun on him, and he snatches the gun.
Yeah.
She says, "You asshole!"
Yeah.
He said, "And I'm the asshole, and you was holding the gun on me." I was like, I lost it.
Glenn still hasn't
Man,
lost like his morality. He's still he's really good.
No, yeah, that's the thing. After going through that horrific thing where stupid Nicholas almost kills him, he gets a gun pulled on him, and he's still like, no, I'm going to save you for, look, I said I was going to save you for Maggie, but I'm doing it for me now. Like, he just continues to be like a really
I want to
good dude.
jump to real quick to my favorite part of the show besides the ending. How about Tara giving
Yeah.
the bird to Rick? I like that. That was awesome.
What was up with Spencer being a fucking idiot? Like, I feel like these people are trying to impress Rick now. Like, he's gotten to a point where they're trying to be badass to
I don't know.
impress
I
him.
don't know if it's that or he
get him
just
to
felt
that.
compelled to help out, and that was all he could.
Yeah, but fucking tell a person.
Well,
you
yes,
can
but
use
he
all the
said,
help
look,
you're
but
gonna
he
get. What are you
said to
doing?
Rick, "I would have told you, but if I would have told you,
Yeah.
would you have let me do it?" He wouldn't have.
Well,
Yeah.
Rick still rules with an iron fist.
Yeah, not in a dictatorship. You ain't doing no shit
No.
like that.
There's
Right.
there's no room for improvisation with Rick as a leader. You know.
yeah. I bet you could, you could at least look, throw in the idea.
I mean, it wasn't
in
a
the
great
pot and
idea.
we'll figure
No,
out
it
how
wasn't
to
a
do
great
it.
idea. But
No, it was not.
the
That was
intent was
stupid. I thought he was gonna
Yeah.
get eaten. I like that Rick was like, I could have left. I could have jumped down. There
You know
was a
what I
gap.
think's gonna
I could've
happen?
moved it, and I didn't.
Let me give you the
Yeah.
rundown.
ooh,
All right, hold on.
I'm writing it down.
Here's the rundown.
Okay. All right, you ready?
Yes,
Now,
old wise rug boy.
Now I could be wrong, but
Doubt
this
it.
is what's gonna happen. I could be wrong, so there's a percentage of me being wrong. But let me just throw this out there: the guy that Morgan is holding, he's gonna get thrown out into the zombies. They're gonna tear him apart, and that's gonna give Rick the opportunity to get out there and get a car or something and lead those motherfuckers away.
Oh,
Okay.
That's
They're gonna
a
make him
good
walk
idea.
the plank.
all right. But that leads to this thing though. That'd be a good idea, but the fence is already broken.
The fucking building came down, the walls down. They're gonna have to work to listen. All we know here, it's the mid-season finale. There's gonna be a lot of people dying. I don't think Deanna is going to.
Well,
make
let's do
it. Because
predictions.
why?
Let's do
Because
predictions
she-
on who's not gonna make it.
Look, Deanna's dying because she gave fucking what's her name the plans. That meant okay, I'm done. I could be killed. I've got the plans. I gave you the plans. Her job is done. She
Now, what
gonna
happens-
make it.
What happens to Alexandria in the fucking comic books?
Here's the thing: they are still in Alexandria. They fight to save it. I think Alexandria they're gonna keep it. They're gonna fight to save it. They're gonna have to go through this. It's gonna change Alexandria, but they're gonna put the walls back up and they're gonna try to make it.
How about
That's
maybe Negan's crew guns down all these guys?
Then they
No,
roll
how about
up.
they gun down all the zombies and they're like, all right, we saved you guys, but now you gotta give us half of everything.
That's also good. Let's not forget that Abraham is a goddamn rocket launcher.
Oh yeah,
That's gonna come into play somewhere. They're gonna blow, like maybe Abraham comes in and just blows up a fucking group of walkers with the rocket launcher. Half of Alexandria burns down, but then they get to build it back up better, stronger.
What do you think, dude? Right?
I don't care as long as the preacher dies.
Oh my God, that guy's
He
so
has to
useless.
die.
The most
He's gotta
useless
die.
mother. Eugene is more useful than fucking
Who
preacher
is?
at this point.
Eugene.
Yeah, that fucker didn't even want to swing a fucking machete, and he's more useful. At least he picked it up.
He's standing.
Did you catch his line? He's like, there are people in close proximity to me, and they are wearing open-toed shoes. I don't feel comfortable swinging around this machete.
He's like, I'm an unskilled individual.
And there are
holding a
people
machete.
around
You don't
in
want
close
me-
proximity to me, and people wearing open-toed shoes.
Fucking Rosita's like, man up, motherfucker.
I
What's
want
wrong with
they
you?"
should bring back T-Dog.
They should bring back T-Dog as a zombie. He's
They
more
resurrect him.
Yeah.
Listen, so maybe there's going to be, so the preacher will either go one or two ways. He's going to fucking turn around and start killing zombies, or he's going to just get eaten and sacrifice
You
himself
think
for the good of the
He
fucking
killed
group.
every zombie there. It's too late for him.
You think he's on the road to
Yeah.
redemption? I think they're trying to redeem him too.
Yeah,
the
they're
preacher,
gonna-
the
so he's
preacher.
going to have to save somebody.
I know,
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
you're
yeah.
saying fuck him, but I don't know if that's the plans yet.
No, then he's going to have to do something. They're going to have to give him something, some kind of save that snaps him out of this fucking thing. And Morgan too. Like, what's Morgan gonna do?
You can't take away everybody hates Chris and lead the fucking preacher. He gotta die.
Really? I loved Everybody Hates
too.
Chris.
Oh man, that was the
He
most
died.
brutal
Yeah,
death. Yeah, that was the most brutal death I've ever
Yes.
seen on The Walking Dead.
It was like, why is this so graphic? Did we really need to see his face get peeled back like that? Like that? It was unnecessary.
He got his cap peeled for real.
Man. But
great.
yeah, so next week's gonna be fucking crazy, dude. That's all because the show ain't coming back till February. And somewhere between then and now, we will have a little Walking Dead geek out in the podcast side with Do Right and Rug Boy, and we'll that'll be lots
Rug
of
Boy,
fun.
I need you to send me some video with you sitting on a green screen so I can make your promo.
Because that was the bet, right? The bet was if Rug Boy wins, we get a promo on Do Right's show with the Rug Boy.
That's
right.
right.
That's right.
All
and I'm a
right.
man of my word, Rug Boy. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Awesome.
So like, should I just call in and come on your show, or what do I do?
Oh, we're gonna make a special video, my friend.
So I'll record myself on a green screen and then send it to you.
Where the fuck are you gonna get a green screen?
Oh, just put
Rugs?
up a green curtain or something. It doesn't matter. I got skills, baby. I can take care of it.
I'll just.
All right.
I got a bunch of napkins I wipe my boogers with. That's pretty clean, and I'll just hang them up.
They usually come out green too, so he's all set.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll just get like the booger.
Tape a
I'll
bunch
get
got
a
a very
booger
big
background.
head. He ain't got a very big head. He only needs like 8 napkins.
Yeah.
Rugs, just puke on a sheet that comes out all green. That'll be fine. And spread it around. There you go. That'll be fine. Oh, that's gonna be great.
Wowie zowie!
Well, that was a good bet while it lasted. Unfortunately, Rugs gets
Yeah.
one that.
You know what?
Wonderful.
I made that prediction. I totally forgot at the end of Walking Dead that all the zombies came through the door. I thought I was a genius, but see, I always forget something. I always forget like this is why I don't have a job and I'm homeless.
I'm sorry to stick a fork in that prediction, right?
I know. I was so like, wait a
That
minute,
happened.
that logic is
The
great.
wall's not cold.
And then
now.
I was like, oh, I forgot that all the zombies came in. Oh shit.
But we'll see those dudes again though. Negan's crew or whoever that was, and we'll see that Dwight and that girl who stole Daryl's bike. There's a lot of things we need resolved. Let's see how many things they do in the midseason
they'll
yeah.
finale.
Derek got to get his crossbow back. He always gets his crossbow
Yeah.
back.
That's his baby, man. Daryl's got to get his baby back. That's just ridiculous.
Got to get your baby back, baby back, baby back.
All right. So before we get to the next bit, Do Right, have you been watching Jessica Jones? How far
Man,
are you in it?
I think I'm like 3 episodes away from the end. I've been watching it because I knew I was
Okay,
going to talk to y'all.
Yeah, well, look here. Let's do this. I'm only at like episode 7, halfway through. I feel like we should do just.
I'm only on 4.
General.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey,
So
wait.
general
You're not
impressions,
gonna let me
kind
tell you guys where I'm at?
What?
No, where you at?
One?
Where you at, Chuck?
I'm
Where you
at 12, so I got
Really?
one more. Yeah.
Oh snap! He's almost done, dude. He
But
puts power
God
into it.
damn!
I mean, it came out exactly
I'm
a
dead
week ago,
last.
people. So
yeah,
Oh man, I gotta get. Is it? Oh man.
well,
I'm pissed
let
now.
we'll just do very general thoughts because we're gonna do a huge episode.
The
where we
last time I
review
spoke to you guys, everybody was at 3, and I was like, "All right, we're gonna
We
not
got
watch
to
anymore
7.
because everybody's not watching it."
So look, Rug Boy sets the pace. He's at 4. So let's just give you
him the floor then.
Let's
Yeah.
do general. You start, Rugs. What do you think so far?
Okay,
without spoiling.
I'm not gonna spoil
Okay.
it.
No, spoil it.
Spoil it?
No, don't. No, not.
No.
No, he's only on 4.
I
But
mean, no,
yeah,
opposite of
don't
that.
spoil it,
You want me not to spoil it?
Not yet.
I'm trying to figure out.
Not yet. No.
Here's the thing. Talk about it as if somebody asked you, hey, well, how's the show? Should I watch
Oh,
it?
okay. Here we go.
What would you say?
All right. Well, the show's good because it doesn't stick exactly to the comic book, but it captures the essence of it, of her having this issue, this problem in her life, which causes her to be kind of like a drunk, and have kind of issues, and why
Yep.
you can see why she's a solitary figure. And there's a lot of like opportunity, I'm only 4 episodes in, for like things to happen. They set things up and you're like, oh shit, a lot of things can happen. And it doesn't really move super fast, but the stuff that happens is interesting in every episode. So even though like at a certain point, you know, they get into some flashbacks and stuff like that, that kind of takes you out of this forward moving story. I think that everything that they do is worthwhile. There hasn't been like a laggy, like every episode has had that kind of compelling, I want to see what happens next. Oh shit. Like at the end of the episode, you're like, oh fuck. And you're like, okay, now what?
Yeah, nothing's wasted, which is partly, you know, this whole Netflix thing is what helps is you know what's going to happen. You can put all the pieces there. I mean, like I said, if you're going in expecting like an action Daredevil, like for me, the first episode was a little slow until the end. Something happens and you're like, oh shit, okay, you have my attention now. And then it's this really awesome psychological mind fuck detective show about like mind rape. And it's drama, and it's great drama. And I would argue that this has possibly one of like the most scariest MCU villains yet that we've seen anywhere, simply because.
Would you argue that you should know something about Marvel before you watch this?
No.
Ooh, that's hard to. That's hard to answer.
I don't think you need to, just because I mean it touches on Marvel stuff, but the show is not about the Marvel universe as a whole. It's about issues that affect people, like trauma and rape. It's very personal issues that are just within. They're dealing with it. It just happens to be superheroes that are dealing with this, or a super person in this case. But a
lot of people can relate
stuff that
PTSD
people can relate to PTSD and how to deal with trauma and how trauma is transferred from one person to another and how it affects someone's life. It's nothing to do with like the Avengers or even Daredevil.
Even though
But they set up this villain Kilgrave like in the first 2 episodes. You don't see him, but you're like, holy God, this guy is evil. Like you're already kind of
shit
afraid
goes down
of him.
later, guys. It's just amazing. What do you think, Do Right?
Do Right, what do you think, Do Right?
I have some mixed feelings about the show.
Okay.
One, I don't know nothing about no Jessica Jones, you know. So
okay, good. That's perfect.
Going into this, I had no expectations of anything. And I'm not gonna sit here and say it's a bad show. It's not. It's full of drama. I grant you that. Full of drama. But how can I say this in a politically correct way? I don't know. It's a lot of it seems forced. It's like she tries to keep people back because she don't want nobody to get hurt. But it's like her keeping people back is what's keeping her from moving forward with what she's trying to do. And it's like she's almost her own worst enemy, and she's more of an enemy than Kilgrave is. And what kind of name is Kilgrave? And I kept saying that throughout the show. And then eventually she addressed the shit. And I was like, thank you for addressing that, because that didn't make sense to me either.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That a lot of time there was another moment in the show where I was thinking something, and then the character said the exact line I was thinking, and I love when a show does that. So I was really connecting with this show. But what you said is she's a real 3-dimensional flawed person.
I think that's Do Right's point is good in that it's accomplishing what the show wants you to accomplish, in that she is her own kind of worst enemy. She's kind of a fuck up.
Yeah. She is a piece of shit at times, you know, like, and this is your lead character. Like, I think that makes it even more compelling because it makes you can relate.
She's not a likable person.
No.
Yeah.
You know, you're not like cheering for her to win. You just know that, like that she had some very fucked up shit happen to her. And you're just kind of like pulling for her to at least get out of the darkness.
I mean, it's trauma. It's her working through trauma. You were looking at a girl like go through rehab from severe, crazy trauma.
But you notice that everybody else has gone through way more trauma than her. I mean, they show what she went through, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, cool. But you look at these other people, like not to give away too much, but it was one guy. He was telling his story, and he was saying that Kilgrave made him leave his child on the curb and drive off. And he got charged with child abandonment. His wife left him and all this other. I mean, shit, his whole life was destroyed. And she did what she did. I know she has remorse for that, but damn. Come on, chick, get over it. The other people was trying to get over that shit, and they went through all kinds of stuff.
But I mean, that's the thing. Like, I don't think that she thinks that her pain was worse than his. She just wants to stop it from happening again to other people.
Yeah.
So I don't even believe that. I don't get that from this show. I think she was damaged before Kilgrave ever got his claws into in the first place. Because you look at the flashbacks and you looking at it, and you like, damn, she was fucked up for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, without going too much into spoilery stuff, because everyone's kind of at different levels. I think what the show is trying to get across is that there's levels of trauma, and regardless of if my trauma is worse than your trauma, it's the fact that everyone experiences it differently and deals with it differently. And who's to say that my trauma is worse than your trauma? I might be able to handle it better, or I might not be able to handle it. It's like it's an analogy for rape, really, is what it is. It's mind rape.
Yeah.
And it's and the feeling
absolutely. What's up, Ricky?
And the feeling of being taken over and not having any control, and then telling your friends that this happened to you and no one believes you, and they're trying to tell you that you're the one that's crazy when you have no evidence of it.
And then there's some lines where they enjoy being under his control. Like there's a sense of freedom. Like there's multi layers of this guy's power. Basically, it's like an incredible, like there's a moment where he just, whatever you say, people do. Like who has not wanted to have that power? Like, and parts of it, you're like, man, I really wish
What's
I could do
interesting
but
about it too
holy
is
shit.
The way they've dealt with like mind readers in the past on different shows has made it like seem like this cool thing that like,
Right.
it's this power that everyone wants. But then you see like what happens when someone's lived with it throughout their entire life and always got what they wanted.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
I haven't. No, we gotta stop. I haven't got to that point now. God damn it!
I got one more point I want to bring up.
Sure.
So,
All right.
thinking about Kilgrave and thinking about Scarlet Witch, you know how Scarlet Witch was, manipulating Tony Stark's mind and things like that.
Yeah.
But then Kilgrave and what he was doing, to me, Kilgrave was more powerful than Scarlet Witch, and his power is like way more lethal.
Oh, for sure.
In a way, you can think about it. Professor X can do the same shit.
Yeah.
Just chooses not to.
Now, it was interesting, and I'm not going to say nothing, but it's interesting how he has the power, and I like that. I did like that. It was different.
Will they explain that shit?
They will, without giving away anything. You'll see some stuff.
Okay, we gotta stop talking about this. God damn it!
I need to get caught up. God damn it.
We will all finish and we will reconvene and we'll do a full fucking spoiler.
Plus, there's more Marvel shit to
and,
talk about, so we can move on to something.
Yes,
Y'all want to talk about Captain America?
Right.
Yeah. What?
Yes, do right. That was a great segue. Here's we're gonna move on to the trailer.
The Jock and Nerd Podcast.
Holy shit, people! This fucking trailer came out of nowhere. Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans went on Jimmy Kimmel Live and fucking dropped the new trailer for Captain America: Civil War.
Oh shit!
And it was pretty fucking.
Can I start?
Awesome, I gotta say. Yes, link in the show notes, jockandnerd.com/61 if you haven't seen it already. Anthony, go!
That was a bomb-ass trailer, first off.
Yeah.
What I liked about that trailer is if you don't like the Marvel characters, then you're not going to like this movie, because this movie is building on the relationships that have been developed throughout the past X amount of films or whatever. And I mean, the line where Tony is just like, "So was I," after Cap is like, "He's my friend," and he goes, "So was I," and the pain on his face, you could see it.
You hear it in his
isn't
voice,
about
too.
the world blowing up or pain or saving the world from aliens. It's about trust and loyalty and bonds, and when these bonds are broken and ideologies. What's great about what it seems like is that Cap and Tony, like, they want to make their friendship work, but the more they try and learn about each other, the more they realize that they're not friends and they can't be.
They're
friends.
ideologically separate too on both.
So that fucking trailer was awesome.
I felt that it was understated, by the way. Yeah. I felt like they're holding back a lot,
Yes, which is great. It's perfect. Yes.
Like, they're not showing you Spider-Man that was going to be in there. They're not showing you, I looked at it in detail, and there's only maybe 3 or 4 set pieces that we see. We see the airport. We see this and that. So they're keeping their guns like hidden right now. They're not bringing out the freaking the haymakers right now.
Were you sad, Imran?
It was
to not see Spider?
No, I'm glad. Don't fucking show me Spider-Man ever. I don't care. Let me see it when the first time you see it in the movie. Here's why. Like we love this trailer because we had just we were talking about trailers and we recently watched the Winter Soldier trailer. Very similar format. They give you what you want. They do not give away any of the story. They give you some of the story pieces, but you know they're holding shit. So what do we see? We see right in the beginning, we see Cap and Falcon with Bucky in the arm, kind of following that same button scene at the end of Ant-Man, right? And Bucky remembers Cap from before, and they're going to try to de-brainwash him. Seems that Bucky was set up. They're all after Bucky, but it seems like it was a setup, and they're trying to get him.
You don't see Ant-Man at all either.
No.
Yeah, here's who we don't see. We don't see Ant-Man. We don't see Crossbones, and I know
Yes,
he's
you
got
do.
a part in this.
He's in it
Do you see Crossbones?
Yes.
Really?
in the background.
In the
T-Ray
background.
does
I didn't
his
see him in his,
homework.
but he comes out. I want to see him in his fucking outfit. We don't see the Vision or Zemo,
No.
Baron Zemo, which I believe is also part of this. But we do get to see motherfucking Black Panther.
Yeah.
Holy shit! How cool
Rock
is he?
kicking the
Dude?
shit out of
Apparently-
somebody.
Yeah, and like Cap's chasing him. I think he's gonna be. I don't think he's on a side, but he's not on the same side as Cap. They have different.
I don't think
interests.
it's that.
But-
It's that. I think there's a point where Bucky kind of has interfered with Wakanda, or something's happened.
Oh, yes.
and he's
It
out
has
for his own
something to do with
interests.
that. Yeah, because there's anyways, he runs as fast as a car, I guess. He's really fast. Did you see him run? That was pretty awesome. And there's a whole infectious institute of diseases. So there's some disease thing that happens. There's some explosions that are set up. I love the spin kick. Fucking Falcon's little spin kick move was great.
What'd you think of the trailer, Do Right? We haven't heard from you yet.
Well, I remember last week when I asked a question about Civil War and how it didn't make sense to me.
Yes.
And then I
Does
watched
make
this
sense?
trailer, and that
Yeah.
makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Right
That
on.
makes more sense to me than the comic.
Oh, for
Because
sure.
in the comic, you have a choice.
Yeah.
You can either be a superhero or you don't.
I
But
see
this
what
one,
you're
it seems like it's a different reason for them to have a conflict, and I like that.
They're fighting over Bucky instead.
Well,
Yeah.
not only Bucky,
It's
but
personal.
the fact of accountability, and it's important to remember that Iron Man has his growth in his character. He came out in the first movie. He didn't even want to like give away his armor to anybody, and now he's fully had an arc where now he's with the government, and it makes sense because his role in Age of Ultron. He would probably be like, you know what, we do got to hold ourselves accountable. I got to hold myself accountable. I just fucking almost destroyed the world.
Dude, and then contrast that to Captain America's arc over
started out as
all his
government.
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, he started out pro with the government, then ends up kind of being a willing cog in this propaganda machine, and now he's like fucking anti-establishment on the other side. Like that's
Right.
amazing.
Yeah.
The way they've set this all up, it works so well. And the only thing that is like the comic books, instead of the Superhero Registration Act, they have the Sokovia Accords.
Yeah.
And now we know that it's called Sokovia. And like, really, if you think about the fact that if you take the New York incident, then you take at the end of Winter Soldier how they destroyed all those buildings, then you take what happens at the end of Age of Ultron, you're like, whoa, these fuckers, somebody's going to put these fuckers in check. And then we see General Ross after 7 years from the first Hulk movie, which was awesome.
It's
Maybe he'll be the Red Hulk.
It's just the Accords. The Sokovia incident is part of Age of Ultron. It's that country that.
Actually, that she has whoever the comment, did War Machine die? I don't think he does, because they would not give that away in the trailer like that. Not the way these Captain America trailers are cut.
I think he just gets severely injured.
Yeah, he's just probably deathly. Like you see,
He loses his Cheetle.
well, you see Bucky like grab the thing in the middle and yank it out. That might have been more. I don't know.
That was
or
that was
Iron
him
Man.
and Iron Man fighting. What you got? Some Rug Boy? Not Rug Boy. Do right?
Well, the other thing I really loved, it was at the end when Winter Soldier, Captain America,
Yes.
and Iron Man were fighting. They were tag teaming, throwing a shield to each other. Just
Unbelievable.
and it was like you didn't know who you wanted to either root for Captain America or feel sorry for Iron Man, because it was like, these are my boys. I don't want to see them fighting each other.
Yes. Yes. See, that's the great thing about it is like you feel it's a cool moment, but you feel sad that they're fighting, which is
Yeah.
what these movies have built in these characters is you learn to love both of them. And I think about this fucking shit too much, but
that's why we have a podcast.
What's great about like Iron Man and Cap is like if you think about their ideologies, like Iron Man just wants to get rid of threats, and he's willing to like have like a little bit of collateral damage, but he wants to get rid of threats. Like that's all he cares about. He wants to build a suit around the world. Steve, on the other hand, just wants to save people, and he doesn't want shit, collateral damage or anything. He always just wants to save people. So there's one guy that wants to be actively going after threats, while the other guy wants to be more reactive, and that's the basis of their ideology of their conflict.
It's like Walking Dead, where Tony sees the grays and Captain America sees everything black and white.
Right.
He's like, I'm always gonna do the right thing.
I'm always gonna save people.
It's like the world, really, because you want peace and security, but to have peace and security, you got to give up freedom.
Right.
So which one you wanna do? And that's basically what this is.
Yep. How much liberty and freedom are you willing to give up for?
It's crazy.
Boy, you too quiet, bro, boy.
I'm listening. This is interesting shit.
Dude, but that end bit was like a wrestling match. It was like a tag team WWE, like them throwing the shield around. And I love it. They like it's like they cut the trailer like the first one. There's a little intro. There's 3 acts in the middle, and then there's an awesome little button scene, and it just gets you a fucking geek boner. Like David Molosky.
This movie is a lot huger than it seems from the trailer.
Yes.
Yeah,
it just is. Just trust me, it's gonna be huge.
Oh yeah, there's like 12 motherfucking heroes in this, but it still feels like in the first trailer they want you to see it's a very personal, personal conflict.
Well, the lines are great too. It's just like not only I mentioned the Iron Man Cap, them talking about being friends or whatever, but even the line where Falcon's like, the guys that usually are shooting at you end up shooting at me, like that line alone, like you could see their friendship and their loyalty. It's gonna be, it's gonna be huge, like Rug Boy said, but it's gonna be a character movie.
But Age of Ultron also had a freaking awesome trailer too.
Yeah, but it had too many of them.
Yeah.
And I hope they just stop with this. Just stop.
Well, we've learned. We just recently recorded a show with our buddy David Molosky, and he was talking about trailer houses and how there's 2 different trailer houses cutting these trailers for Marvel. Clearly, there's one that does the Avengers movies, and they're not really that good. Then there's one that does like all the Captain America movies, and they cut the shit amazing and get you hyped for this for the movies. And we got to see Scarlet Witch fly now. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Like in that one,
she takes off.
That was awesome. So the teams are well, should we go over what the teams are real quick based on what we saw a little bit? Yeah. On the Team Cap, the anti-registration side, we have, of course, Captain America. Bucky is with him. We got Hawkeye, they'll probably pull out of retirement to help him out. The Falcon, Sam Wilson. Sharon Carter will probably be on their side. Ant-Man and the Scarlet Witch we saw, right?
Okay.
And on the other side, Team Iron Man, like they didn't show his side in the trailer. They just showed him and War Machine. But James Rhodes as War Machine will be there. Black Widow is obviously on Tony's side, and she's trying to talk some sense into Steve at one point. Spider-Man, Peter Parker, will be on Team Iron Man. And Black Panther, I don't know, somewhere in the middle, and Vision will be on there. But, so, I like how, Tony's going to be going after Bucky because he thinks he killed his parents. And
would you just spoil something right there?
What?
I don't know if that
isn't that in the thing.
No,
that's not a spoiler. Everyone knows.
No, that's a big thing. That's okay though.
From where? Didn't they allude to that somewhere?
No.
Well, how would I have known that?
It's a rumor on the internet.
All right, so it's a rumor.
It's a rumor online, so it's not.
that means it's not true. But and then T'Challa's going after Bucky for some shit he pulls in Wakanda. So that's where they're probably on the same side looking for Bucky Barnes.
I like challah French toast. Get that?
Challah, I love challah bread.
There is no reason why that Black Panther costume should look as good as it does. Dude,
it's awesome.
I'm surprised they got it right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And it's laced with vibranium. So what does that mean if if Cap tries to throw his shield at him? Like, does it just bounce right off? Like, is vibranium against vibranium wash? Is that a wash?
Yeah, bullets will bounce off of them.
Man, that thing looks badass, dude.
Well, how do you know it's made out? And I know you're going by the comics, but in this universe, how do you? They said
Wakanda.
Here's the thing. With Imran is he spouts off this knowledge of like the rumors and comic stuff. Like everybody's supposed to know this stuff.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
yeah,
No, but
this is all stuff. Where? What did they say?
They said in Age of Ultron that Wakanda is where all the vibranium is, and Black Panther's from Wakanda.
So why would you? But how could you imply that his suit was made from that? Just by
Why wouldn't it be?
why? Why would? When has any suit other than Iron Man's been made of metal?
I saw it on the internet.
Oh shit.
That means it's true.
Keep spoiling shit.
Oh, you. So hey, I got a question to pose to everybody.
Okay.
Okay, so remember seeing the first Avengers, and then when Age of Ultron came out, they had a high bar to try to clear, right? Because Avengers raised the bar really high.
Yeah.
Well, Captain America: Winter Soldier was really good. I think one of the best Marvel movies they put out.
Yes.
Now they're getting ready to come out with this Captain America: Civil War. The bar is high again. One, do you think the bar was met with Ultron? And do you think they'll meet the bar with this one?
I'm gonna go
Good
in
question.
succession. No and yes. So
I feel the same way. No and
Well,
yes.
it's a different animal because you got the Russo brothers that are
Yes.
directing
Yes.
this, the same team that did Winter Soldier, and you got Joss Whedon did Age of Ultron, and I think I hate to say it, but Winter Soldier almost beats Avengers out for me as a movie that I like
pretty close.
that they made. I think it's the most serious, most evenly balanced movie. It doesn't have as much levity as Avengers. It's not as fun as Avengers, but it's just kicks your ass when you're watching it. You're like, motherfucking every action scene is perfect.
Yeah.
What
I mean,
also to address that point too, though, like Avengers and Age of Ultron were both essentially the same storyline that they were dealing with in terms of world ending. So both were world ending scenarios with an invasion of troops that all look alike. Winter Soldier dealt more with like security and betrayal, and this one's even more personal in terms of friendship. So I don't think it's the same. It's gonna feel different because it's a different storyline. It's not just world ending stuff.
Man, I agree. I would argue that like the tone the Russo brothers bring to these characters may even trump Whedon's original tone. Like Whedon brought that fun tone and we enjoyed it. But then when you see like the action in this trailer, when you see how they direct this shit and keep it grounded, but keep it still in the Marvel kind of universe, it's hard hitting and it just feels more real than like an Avengers movie.
See, like everything that Joss Whedon does is done with a wink and a nod.
Yes,
and like it's just like Sam Raimi and all those guys. They're fanboys, and they kind of like want to bring that fun, and everybody likes the fun. The fun is great, but when you're talking about which is a better movie, you have to like say, okay, fun is just like kind of like. It tastes good like a burger, but it's not good for you. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So I think
there's more substance almost. There's more substance. And man, the way these guys shoot these action scenes, like it's so great. Even in the trailer, I love how the last scene where the three of them are fighting, it's all cut on the beat and you feel the rhythm of the hits, and it's so perfect.
Yeah. There's none of that rubbery like bouncing around that happens in the Avengers. Where
the action serves a purpose always for the story with the Russo brothers.
But y'all comparing, and I'm not trying. I hate that I didn't say it well enough. I don't want you to compare Ultron with Captain America.
Yeah,
I want you to compare that Winter Soldier with this. I mean, you got the same directors.
Yeah.
You got the same characters. You're gonna have the same tone.
Yeah,
is it just gonna be equal? Will it be able to surpass Winter Soldier and look at the stuff that they wish they could have did better and build upon that? And I'm scared. Or is it going to be another Matrix Revolution?
Well, if it's even in the same neighborhood as the Winter Soldier, they've made a successful movie.
Okay. Well.
Plus, has there ever think of third movies? I think this could go down in history as like the best third of any movie.
I don't know. That's hyperbole right now. I don't know.
Well, we haven't seen anything, but I'm saying like. Third movies always tank. There's not one. Third movies just every time.
It's hard to make that comparison though, Imran, just because this movie, even though it's the third Captain America movie, it's not the third time we're seeing these characters.
Right.
So it's the second Russo brothers movie.
It's the second Russo brothers movie, and it's like the 8th time we're seeing all these people. So like,
Captain America don't really count.
What, the first
Yeah,
one?
the first Avenger was still in that funny, hokey
It was. Yeah, it was.
like
That
Marvel
was a different
style.
director.
This is the
Yeah,
new.
it seems like a different movie.
It's
This is
interesting
Jet
how
2.
you can't compare these movies to the movie that came out right before it. Like,
No,
we
it's weird.
remember when we were ranking them MCU, we're like, these are all like, you have to compare these to these and this bunch to this
What Marvel's
bunch.
done is unprecedented, and I think it's tough to
Yeah.
compare them to any franchise in terms
So
of
you're right.
movies they've
Yeah,
put out.
you'd have to compare this to Winter Soldier. And with that being said, even though this isn't the third time we're seeing these characters, this is like a number 3, and number 3 movies are cursed. They're always cursed.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll
they're
see.
always bad.
We'll see. Now,
think it
I
breaks
tell
the
you
curse.
what, it's going to put the pressure on Superman v Batman. That's what I feel. Especially if Captain America is good, because that's going to set the tone for the rest of the year.
Well, the good thing that Superman v Batman has is that it's coming out before. It's coming out in March.
Yeah, they get to fire
So-
first.
So they get to go first. But
Okay.
well, I was thought about this too. Is the main, even though the movies are kind of similar in that they have heroes fighting, Superman v Batman is more about two guys that just don't understand each other and then grow to learn that they're both on the same side. Whereas, as I mentioned with Cap and Iron Man, it's about friends that want to be friends but then realize they're not the same person at all. So it's a different
they can't
conflict. They can't be
Yeah.
friends.
But I tell you what, Marvel is doing it right.
They are
They
absolutely.
certainly are, man. And
About
like
fucking time.
all this, and there's still Spider-Man.
Do you think that Civil War is going to come out with a better taste in your mouth than Batman versus Superman? Do you think that it's gonna? I don't know. Like, what do you think?
It's hard to judge because you
like,
haven't seen.
If you just go, if you just go on Man of Steel versus
Trailer for trailer?
Winter Soldier, the last two movies from the same directors,
Yeah, you
you
look
know,
at track record, and it. I mean, you can't say
it's clearly
Man of Steel confidently. Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Man
The
of Steel
numbers-
is the bigger movie though.
Yeah.
It's got more effects, more fucking razzle dazzle, but it's a terrible movie.
more. Yeah.
And
Well, it wasn't terrible. Terrible.
no, not terrible, but I mean, it was lackluster. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
It had look, put it this way: it had everything, it had all that money behind it, all that muscle behind it, and it's still disappointed in
It
some.
fell a little flat. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
agree
Captain
with that.
America did not have the same kind of budget. I don't think the same kind of effects, the same kind of razzle dazzle, and it was just better.
Oh, let's talk about this. How do you think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to weave in and out of this? Are we going to see a setup leading up to it?
No,
You've seen a little bit. I don't think you're going to see a lot of huge setup, but you've seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the distrust. Look at Dude Right's like falling off his chair.
Don't fall, do right.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You've seen like them acknowledge that they don't trust heroes anymore.
Yeah.
Even
yeah.
in fuck, I can't spoil it. Jessica Jones. Never mind.
No, leave that part out. But
leave
shut
it out.
up.
I mean, they're setting up Inhumans for like 9 years from now. They're going to do something. They've weaved in and out of the other movies. I'm just wondering where, because S.H.I.E.L.D. technically would be the side that wants the registration. Like S.H.I.E.L.D. would have to be a big, like, is General Ross working with S.H.I.E.L.D.? Where do they fit into that whole thing?
I don't
Nobody
think
knows.
Nobody
What the
knows.
fuck is Sam Jackson too? Is he in this? What's going on?
I don't think until the movies acknowledge that Phil Coulson is alive, it's tough to take S.H.I.E.L.D. seriously sometimes.
They're never going to do that though. I don't
Yeah.
think he's ever coming back.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be
That's
good.
interesting, though. We'll see.
Yeah.
They probably will have a few lead-ins for sure.
And yeah, they got to do something.
They
And
gonna say, oh, so that's what you was doing. You brought the helicarrier back, and then they're gonna move on.
they're gonna be like, oh, there's some sort of war of a civil nature has been resolved.
That's
Hey,
what it
Davey,
is.
how's it going?
Theta Protocol. It's the helicarrier. Cool. See you later.
Hey, there were
There's
you
a
guys-
domestic disturbance.
Yeah, that's all. That's all it's gonna be. Be like, oh, there was. Did you see that guy swinging on a web? Hey, it's Daisy. No, like,
What's this webbing on me?
yeah, this could be really lame. I would love for them to put up Spider-Man in the TV shows, maybe on Netflix. All right, well, that's a good. Anything else? Anybody got anything else about this awesome trailer? You guys check it out. There's a link in the show notes.
No, I just think that look, upon watching it a few times, there's definitely a lot of Easter eggs in there. Definitely like you get a couple of glimpses of characters and stuff. You're gonna have to like freeze frame it and to see, you know, everybody that's in there. But I'm waiting and seeing. I'm hoping that it's a little bit bigger, that a bigger scale than it's. I hope it's like a like a wolf in sheep's clothing right now.
I mean, there's gonna be like count the superheroes. It's like 9 people. Somebody also already grabbed a screenshot, and there's like a scene where Falcon is flying down, and there's a dude on the floor, blurry, wearing maybe a red hoodie, and they circled it. They're like, "Is that Spider-Man in Captain America Civil War trailer?" I was like, "Fuck you guys, come on!" It's a red smudge.
There was even a scene with if you freeze frame it with Martin Freeman, who we don't know.
Yeah, you see Martin Freeman with Agent 13 or Sharon Carter on one side, and you see Cap and them walking up.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on.
Well, Freeman, we don't know who he is. We think he's the Wakandan liaison or some shit. Nobody knows.
Well, the trailer did what it meant to do, and it excited us, and that's what I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
and I need to see another Deadpool trailer. God damn it!
Oh man, we got a lot of movies to look forward to. A lot of shows.
Chicago area, so we can go watch this shit together.
Yeah, dude, come down here to Chirac. I'll take you to the
DC. DC's gonna have to fire back with their trailers on Gotham, right?
Well, yeah. So this is what's gonna happen. I had a couple of news.
Yeah, go to the news bits. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do the news real quick. We kind of all shake it from it, right, boy? Shake what your mama gave you. That's right. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, look at that. Look at him work that felty groin. So
we do my Milli Vanilli.
Milli Vanilli. Oh, that's the Milli Vanilli move. Yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Boy. We kind of already talked about all the news bits I had. I'm just gonna start at the top. Roy is returning to Arrow this season. Somebody called that. Who called that? Was that you? You called that. Yeah.
That was Anthony.
He's gonna need to come and fix Thea, which is fine. Fucking fix her. She's
gonna be dead.
Yeah. You think you think she's in the grave?
I don't know. I would like her to die.
Yeah, maybe he'll come and kill her, and that's the only way he can fix her. Constantine rumor to join Legends of Tomorrow in season 2. Oh shit!
Whoa,
the same one from the other TV show.
Yes, yeah. It was on Arrow for one episode. He showed up there, and now he's.
It's crazy that they're saying season 2. Like they've already banked that they're going to make a season 2.
From what I hear, it may be like an anthology series. Like the first season's got a bunch of
Did you see the trailer? The new trailer for Legends of Tomorrow?
Yeah, I did.
There's a new trailer with all new footage, and it fucking looks badass.
It looks pretty decent. Yeah.
Ooh, I can't wait. I think that's coming out late January.
Who made the joke though that this is all the characters that DC is just a lot like? Yeah, you can't use all the cool ones. We'll give you all the scraps.
It's like the second-rate, bottom,
third-rate guys. Yeah.
The Booster Gold.
Yeah.
Now, if that was the case, they would have Booster Gold in the fucking show. Booster Gold. But that, you know what? If they're making an anthology series out of Legends of Tomorrow, that's kind of cool. You can have a lot of fun with that and interdimensional time travel. Blah,
did you hear the rumor that they're going to be using Black Canary in the movie universe? So that doesn't spell well for the TV Black Canary.
Oh, why? They're going to kill her? But why are they going to kill the Flash? If they're using the Flash, it's just going to confuse everyone. There's going to be 2 versions of all these people.
Well, there was remember in Arrow they had Harley Quinn show up for like a second.
Yeah, and then
her, and now they don't, and then they killed Deadshot because of the movie.
They did kill Deadshot, didn't they? Snap! Laura Lance ain't gonna make it after. That's rough. There was also talk of Aquaman villain in the movie, and they're going like the Jeff Johns route with it being Orm, his brother, and that whole storyline.
Oh, for the movie?
Yeah, for the Aquaman movie, which is a good storyline. We also said Supergirl and Flash crossover for Sweeps Week 2016 May if they order the rest of Supergirl. So we'll see. Do-Right, you don't give that show much hope, do you? Will they order the rest? I think he's falling asleep.
Supergirl, I don't. Every time I say it, I get a bad taste in my mouth. Flash, sure, but I don't want to talk about the Supergirl. I'll just listen.
Yeah,
I'll be real bored right now.
Finally, like we just said, there's a Captain America trailer. Warner Brothers DC is going to fire back this Monday, people. We'll talk about it next week. There will be sneak peek footage. Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice, in the mid-season finale of Gotham. So we'll definitely discuss what we saw next week right here, live on the Blab. We're here every week, people. This is the Jock and Nerd podcast. And we're going to give out the final plugs and wrap up the main show. And then we'll open it up for a little bit. I'm not going to be here for 4 hours this time, fuckers. So jump on here quick. Okay, hold on.
The Jock and Nerd podcast.
Remember, listen to the very end of the show because there's a extra special Star Wars interview with Taylor Gray, voice of Ezra Bridger, from Star Wars Rebels. I got to hang out with them too, right?
Do-Right
I
was
got like
here. He doesn't know
you
about
weren't
that.
here, dude. We have we had a special intro. I got him to drop a Jock and Nerd intro. Real
Play it
nice
again.
guy.
Play it again.
Here we go. Check this out, Do-Right.
Hey, what's up? It's Taylor Gray, the voice of Ezra Bridger on Star Wars Rebels, and you're listening to the Jock and Nerd podcast.
Geek boner. How cool is that? Come on, right? That's legit.
That was just really me.
That was Rug Boy. Rug Boy's a really good ventriloquist. That was just Rugs. No, the kid's really cool. And at the very end in the podcast feed, so everyone here, if you're watching this in the replay or you're live here, you're going to have to go listen to the audio feed and go to the end of the show and you'll hear the interview. That's where I will cut it in. Do-Right, thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
People,
man,
where
this
can
is
where can they say hi to you? Where can they check you out?
Oh, you can check me out. You can come by my house. You can come by my job. Or you can just come by YouTube and check me out on C-Stores with Mr. Do-Right. And I'm taking a break from the live shit, but you can always check out the stuff that I've already done. So just do that.
Right
and check
on.
out the video I make for Rug Boy because I owe Rug Boy big time.
You'll see Rug Boy. Yeah, you'll see Rug Boy in a promo soon.
And this
Rug-
won't be the
I'm
last.
gonna be naked in my video too.
This won't be the last you hear of Do-Right on our podcast too. So
I'm gonna be like, woo!
Yeah, Rug Boy's gonna get you pulled off YouTube for obscenity, felty obscenity. They're gonna have you pulled. Rugs, where can the people find you?
You can find me in a basement of unknown origin.
A smelly basement.
Yes, under a lot of pizza boxes and opened soup cans. And you can find me on Really Rug Boy.
Do-Right says underneath the dumpster too.
I'm going to Do-Right's house. I'm gonna jump on a train and I'm gonna head over there.
Hey, Rugs, when you saw Glenn hide under that dumpster, did it make you feel a little homesick a little bit?
Yeah.
Right?
I'm like, dude, I fucking hang out in dumpsters all the time. You know, it's great.
I don't see a TV show about fucking Rug Boy in the dumpster. Come on, what's going on?
Yeah.
You guys send us a speak pipe. That's a little audio comment. You can chime in. We'll play it on the show. Go to jockandnerd.com/speakpipe or record a little audio comment and email it to us. show@jockandnerd.com. Anthony?
You can also go on Twitter. See that if you're looking at the blab, it's Jock and Nerd Cast. It's spelled out for you above Imran's face. You can also go on Facebook and go on to find us on Jock and Nerd. We have a page. We're also on Clamor. We don't really go much on Clamor anymore, but we're also doing blabs every week, such as this one right now. And we have awesome guests like Do-Right jump in. So check those out. We're on YouTube as well, and that's where you can catch up on all the blabs. So
jockandnerd.com/live for the live shows and subscribe in iTunes. And you'll be able to hear the Taylor Gray interview at the end of the show. It's really good. jockandnerd.com/review. And of course, always tell a person, tell a friend, give them one of these.
Jock and Nerd.
We'll love you forever. You guys, we're going to wrap up the main show. We're going to open it up to the blab. Thanks for listening, everybody. My name is Imran.
my name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's the nerd.
We'll catch you next time.
Booyah!
Jock and Nerd. Hey, everyone in the blab. Thanks for hanging out. This is the Jock and Nerd podcast. We are a audio podcast. You can check out all our stuff. jockandnerd.com. We just finished our main show, and now we're just going to geek out for a little bit. I can't hang out too long, fellas. I got to get this show up by tomorrow. So
You gotta get it up.
it's going to be, I got to get it up in my pants. I got to get it up in my pants real quick.
Do-Right.
So we can
Were
have a
you
nice-
were you sad that Glenn was alive?
You really
Was
wanted him dead, you sick bastard.
Yeah, you wanted him dead.
I didn't say I wanted him dead. Come on, look. I cried just like everybody else when that dumbass shot himself and knocked Glenn over. Shit. My jaw was all on the floor and shit. I had to get a shovel to pick it up. I just, if you're going to kill him off, I wanted him dead.
Yeah.
If you could kill Herschel, if you could cut off Herschel's head, you can fucking kill Glenn. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Man, Herschel.
Well, Herschel was kind of dead weight though. Anyway, he was just, he wasn't really. He was an old guy. He was gonna die anyway.
Yeah, he had one leg.
Glenn's in his prime. He just put his seed into Maggie. He's gonna have a Glenn baby. So you want him to live. But I don't care if he lived or died. Really, I don't give a shit at the end of the day, because I know that Rick's going to be the one person that we follow, and he's going to live forever.
Rick will never die. And the wall's
His
down.
mama, Glenn can die.
Wait, what happened?
If Carl can kill his mama, I think Glenn.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. And they that was pretty
but
brutal.
people wanted Lori dead, right? No one liked
Yeah,
Lori.
she was kind of.
Oh, wait a minute. Didn't somebody say that the baby didn't look like Rick on the show?
No, what they said was the baby looks like Lori. and I thought the same thing you thought. I'm like, oh, that's Shane's baby.
Oh wait, they said that recently, or
this past episode, whoever I don't know, someone goes to.
Oh, because that's
goes to
right.
Rick
Because
and is like,
Carol
the baby looks like Lori. Yeah.
Yeah, Carol handed the baby off to what's her name so she could go.
Yeah.
Snoop.
Oh, that girl's kind of cute. I like that girl. The
Jessie.
Jessie, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're gonna. That's like a little relationship that'll probably grow. Even though her son is like crazy and wants to shoot fucking Carl.
I mean, the son's motivation is kind of legit, though. I mean, Rick still did kill his father.
Yes. Oh, there goes Do Right. Yeah, and he asked, there was that question about monsters. Was my dad a monster with her other son who wouldn't come downstairs? Like, I thought that was kind of interesting.
He's psycho. He's gonna be
that.
Cool
Yeah.
defense.
Yeah. What's up with that kid not coming down the stairs, dude? How long do you think until he snaps and just fucking kills everyone?
Is that an accident? What happened there, Do Right?
Yeah, I was stupid.
Now you know what it's like to be me.
I like your blue mic, Do Right?
You like that?
Yeah,
It's not a blue mic. I had to put a windscreen on it.
Oh yeah.
It's a blue. It's a Smurf condom.
It's a Smurf penis or something.
Next week, though, dude. Next week we're gonna have some badass like Agents of Shield comes back, and then you got the crossover Flash Arrow episodes. It's gonna be.
Do you watch Flash Arrow? Do Right?
I like Flash. I stopped watching Arrow a while back. Maybe I'll get back into it and do it just a marathon type of thing. I haven't watched it since season 2.
Season
They're gonna
2
be crossing over.
Legit. The best.
Yeah, there was some weak seasons there, and it kind of lost its luster. But there was a couple of episodes that were fun. They're not back to greatness yet, but there were some starting to rally a little bit more in the right direction.
Yeah, okay. I would agree with that.
Well, once I get past this Jessica Jones, I'll be looking for something else to binge on. So,
yeah, right. This week though, they're gonna go. The Flash episode is gonna cross over with the Arrow episode. That's gonna set up Legends of Tomorrow. So you may just want to watch.
Now, what's Legends of Tomorrow?
Ooh, okay. Legends of Tomorrow is a spinoff that's starting in late January, and it's a team that's started by this dude Rip Hunter. He's a time traveler. He shows up and he collects. I guess right away you're gonna have Arrow, Flash, but then you're gonna have White Canary. You're gonna have the Atom, Captain Cold. Who else is on this team?
Heatwave.
Heatwave,
Hawkman,
Hawkgirl, and Hawkman,
and then Firestorm as well.
Oh, and Firestorm with 2 other guys. They're all going to be jumping around through time, fighting Vandal Savage, who we will meet next week in this crossover. Who is this crazy bad guy that's like he's centuries old?
He's eternal,
he's immortal, and he jumps through. So it's going to be a lot of multi-dimensional time traveling. There's a new trailer. I guess I haven't watched it. That came out.
Yeah, you have to watch
that in the show notes. I can't wait, dude. So, but much like when Flash started, Arrow kind of suffered. I'm kind of afraid when this thing starts, how are the rest of the shows going to be? Because so far these shows have just been setting up Legends of Tomorrow, and like the main story characters have been kind of sidelined a little bit. But it's coming back.
It all depends if they can make the team dynamic work really well, because as we've seen, the Flash team works very well together.
Yeah.
And I think it's the main reason is that Flash is the very special guy, and like everybody else is just normal or more normal. Even though Cisco has powers, they're not really he's not out there, kicking ass and shit. But on Arrow, everybody kicks ass. Everybody's got the same similar power set. Everybody can kick butt. So it starts to weaken the main character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now you got this team dynamic where everybody's special too. So now we got to figure out if that's going to work, if they work well together, if they know how to pool their powers together and really work well off of each other, then we're going to have something. But if they're just, if you're just waiting for like one character the whole time, then you're going to be screwed.
You bring up a good point. So if they made a Justice League show with all of these powered people, then wouldn't it just be lacklustering, just like you saying? I mean, because you got the main tier, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, the alien dude, and all that shit. That's the main guys. Then you got all the rest of the low tiers. Then you got Booster Gold down here at the bottom. And it's like, what am I looking at? Because if everybody's special, then nobody's special.
Yeah.
I mean, you make a good point. This is kind of like a Justice League. They've also planned this to be kind of an anthology, kind of like one of the team-up comic books where you have different team-ups for a couple issues, and then there's a whole different team-up. It's like an homage to that, and every season I think they're going to switch out the characters, but it's kind of building to like a Justice League-ish type of thing. Plus you got villains, like Heatwave and Captain Cold are villains, and somehow this guy comes from the future and he goes, "You are a hero, you are a legend in the future." And Captain Cold's like, "What? Get the fuck out of here. I'm Captain Cold, I'm not a hero." So there's some good stuff going on. But
box toys.
and how much money they're going to give to the CGI, because this whole thing has to be so CGI heavy. Everyone is almost fucking CGI in this show.
I miss Justice League on Cartoon Network. Bring that shit back.
Yeah, Justice
The
League
Young
Unlimited
Justice,
was amazing.
bring
I think they are planning on bringing that back.
What?
There's a new Justice League JLA cartoon that was a I saw this rumor.
Damn, bro, boy, did you just get happy right there for a second?
Yeah.
So
I
it
love
says-
Justice League.
have
I
a
love that
update there.
cartoon.
Yeah.
Hold on. I got this.
I
link
enjoyed
here.
it. I enjoyed it a lot.
This is from October of this year, and it says World's Finest Online is exclusively reporting that Cartoon Network is in the process of developing a new Justice League animated series.
Whoa.
I found an article. On it. It's a little older, but yeah, I'm seeing it now.
Not likely till next fall. What else does it say?
I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's great, and Cartoon Network is a good
Look,
place.
these shows always work in cartoon format.
Now,
They always do.
But it has to be seen how like kid friendly they're gonna go with this, because those shows were pretty they were for kids, but they didn't pander to kids. They treated them like smart people, and they didn't spoon feed things.
Yeah, it was good.
Some of the best characterizations of DC characters you're ever gonna find on Justice League and Justice League Unlimited.
It wasn't as gritty as the comics, but it was up there.
Put it on Adult Swim, then.
Yeah, they should. I mean, the character development in the Justice League Unlimited was amazing.
Hey, do right. Your mic is going up and down in sound. Does anybody else hear that?
I do.
Yeah, sometimes it does. It gets like.
Oh, that's when I point at it. I do this, and my bad. I get excited.
It's all good. This shit ain't going on podcast anyway.
Yeah.
And they could put Black Dynamite in there too. So
who's
Dynamite
Black
and Justice League.
Dynamite?
Black Dynamite. Isn't there a Black Lightning too?
No, Black Dynamite. It's like this character on Adult Swim that kicks ass. He's like,
got it.
Is he like a pimp or something?
Yeah.
There's a cartoon though a comic book from IDW called Black Dynamite.
Yeah, it's based on that. Yeah,
You got to look at that. That's just funny, man. I like that.
Dude, Black Dynamite's great. I like the movie. The movie with the guy was great.
I wish they would
Real
make
people.
another one, man. I couldn't believe that. I was like, this is a black movie? This can't be a black movie. Black movies ain't fucking interesting.
Here's the tagline
Well-
for Black Dynamite. He's a powder keg of black fury that's about to explode. The baddest kung fu cat to ever appear on screen is coming to comics. So you suckers better duck. Says former CIA agent, international ladies man, and sworn ass-kicking enemy of the man. He's Black Dynamite, and he's about to walk into the most dangerous journey of his life.
You watch Black Dynamite and Pootie Tang back to back, you will have a great night.
Sal Buscema inked this issue 1, apparently.
Oh
Black
my
Dynamite.
And if you want to you watch the animated Black Dynamite with Afro Samurai, and then you will fully get the full reach around experience.
I gotta watch these shows. Oh, the Adult Swim. Wow, he looks awesome. This looks great.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. I like when he was fighting Black Jaws. I loved it. That shit was awesome.
Black Jaws or Finger Licking Chicken of the Sea is what the title is. Oh man, the titles for these are hilarious.
It's fucking funny, dude.
Oh man, I gotta watch this. This is great.
Adult
Too bad it
Swim
got
don't
canceled.
fuck around. They don't fuck around over there. They have some funny shit. You ever? Hey, they have some fucking weird ass shit too. I can't even.
They have some weird shit on Adult Swim.
Did you ever see that Too Many Cooks video?
Yeah,
I love fucking Too Many Cooks.
that's
It's
just
just
crazy.
it spoofs like an 80s opening of a TV show, but it just keeps going. It spoofs every 80s show from like Perfect Strangers to like Quantum Leap, but then it turns into like a story of this serial killer chasing the characters through the opening credits of these TV shows, and it gets really fucking bizarre. It's so great.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking epic.
Yeah, look up Too Many Cooks, and the song gets
You
stuck.
gotta stick with it. You gotta
Yeah.
stick with it.
Because at first you're like, what the fuck? And then it
You're gonna
takes a
want to
turn.
bail, and
Yeah.
then you gotta stick with it.
It takes a turn, and it's pretty fucking funny. It's the kind of humor I like, just like crazy fucking random humor.
Okay. I got you.
All right, I'm gonna drop out in case anyone wants to jump in.
And
I'm
I was
gonna-
All right, yeah, we're not gonna. We'll be out here. A
My
little bit longer.
girlfriend said you can't get on that podcast, so now I'm gonna be in trouble. But I had
Oh,
to get on
shit.
here to honor up with Rug Boy. I ain't gonna be like that.
No,
Oh,
I'm
man.
glad you. I'm glad you showed up because we had to settle the bet, and you were a gentleman about it, and we sorted that out. So thanks for popping on. Yes, good shake to you, sir. Good earth to you, as Rug Boy would say. Rug Boy, give him. What are you wanking, Rug Boy? What are you wanking? Okay, no, that's you're gonna get vibed all over your face now.
Yeah,
Nice.
Rug Boy, give him a good earth.
good earth to you, sir.
That's the official saying. So
I don't know what that is.
that's our new saying.
just made it up.
Spread it around. Good earth.
Good earth.
Good earth.
Good earth.
It's like instead of saying good morning or good night,
Good
say
generic.
Good earth.
Yes, good generic time of the day.
Good earth.
Good earth.
Good.
Good earth to you.
All right,
Got-
guys. I'm out as
Laters.
well.
Bye. Thanks for hanging out.
All right, bye bye.
Ruggs, what do you think? If anybody wants to jump in and have a question for
I
Rug
always
Boy,
feel like nobody's watching me.
not quite the success we had like our last show,
Yeah.
but
Well,
you know, it can't all be fucking
Well,
50 people. in
Angel
the
popped her head in here, and then she got the fuck out of here because we were spoiling everything.
We kind of were, so whatever.
We were spoiling the shit out of everything.
That's what happens. You know what you're getting into. But last week was fun, and this week, yeah, it's fine. You know, what are you gonna do?
That's all right. It's Black Friday.
It's
People
Bla-
are
yeah,
shopping.
Yeah, people are out. I just need to do a nice short show and get it up in the feed because we had to talk about the Civil War trailer. We had to talk about Walking Dead. This thing was huge. I got an interview with Taylor Gray. I got to put that in somewhere. Come on. It's all-
Listen, right now, there's a fucking million people at Walmart beating the shit out of each other for candlesticks.
I know it's ridiculous.
going on
Fucking
right now.
buying shit that they don't need. I heard that they like the stores have raised prices in the weeks leading up to Black Friday, only to drop them to regular price and be like Black Friday savings, everybody. And it's just a big fucking scam, dude. This is like we're buying shit we don't need.
Dude, the whole Christmas is a scam.
And the whole thing is a fucking scam. It's ridiculous. It's just a
Christmas is a scam. Everything's a fucking scam.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Fucking my beard
Arbor
is
Day.
my
that's
beard is a
fucking
scam. Harbor Day, Ann Arbor Day.
Yeah. Arbor Day,
Fucking-
Valentine's Day,
that-
Columbus Day.
National Donut Day was created by the donut lobby. It's all a fucking conspiracy.
Yeah. Batman Day.
Batman Day, that was made by costume rubber suit makers.
Yeah.
So
it's
people
bullshit.
buy more Batman costumes. It's all a fucking just follow the money.
Felicia
people.
Day.
What-
Oh, she's-
Felicia Day is I celebrate Felicia Day every day.
oh, okay.
Daniel Day-Lewis Day. Why does he need a day? He's got day in his name. It's not
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah. I don't know. Can you think of any other days?
I can't think of any
Oh,
other
we had a days?
days. There's fucking days and confused. There's
Birthdays.
birthdays, happy days. It's all bullshit.
I can't think of any other days.
Me neither.
All right, listen. I'm gonna go.
I think we should
because
call it.
I think we should call it because look, we don't have 1,000 people watching us.
Not like last time, but hey, maybe
No.
next week. But next week we're gonna have a lot to talk about. I think we're gonna kill it next Thursday. You're right. It's like holiday weekend. You know, it's weird. People are out and about.
Yeah, people are all like in other parts of the country visiting their relatives and not talking to them.
I didn't even tell you I
and
had
having awkward conversations.
I had Thanksgiving dinner yesterday at 11:30 a.m. in the morning.
Why?
Oh shit! Because so I went up north to Wisconsin to Door County, which is like 4 hours north of Chicago, and the in-laws had scheduled. They wanted to go to this buffet, and the buffet was really awesome. And that was going to be at night. They called 2 weeks before. The buffet's booked. No buffet. No more room for the buffet. They didn't want to cook, which is fine. So the only other place they could find is this place. It was an 11:30 a.m. fucking appointment. And I shit you not, we walk in there and the lady's like, enjoy your Thanksgiving dinner. It's 11:30 in the morning. And she says, enjoy your Thanksgiving dinner. That's how I ate Thanksgiving food. I had 2 Bloody Marys. I slept for 4 hours in the middle of the day. And that was it. It was very weird. Wisconsin is weird. Yeah, Wisconsin is a weird place, man. That fresh air makes you feel like fucking high and drunk. Like when I breathe in, because they live in the forest, like on the bay, like pretty much secluded, and it's really clean air. But it's like intoxicating. It makes you sleepy, and you fall asleep early, and you lose sense of time. It's so weird.
You don't get out into the woods very much, do you?
Oh, it fucking scares the shit out of me. Give me some fucking sirens and some gunshots and I'll sleep like a baby. I can't. Out there, I hear like a twig break and I'm like, what the fuck was that? Who's there?
Sasquatch.
Yeah, who knows what's out there? There's a lot of wild animals. How can anybody be okay? Dude, not only that, I shit you not. There's people that morning, they shot a deer just like 100 feet down from the front door. Yeah. And there was a photo of it. The guy came, he asked my stepfather-in-law, he goes, I got my son here. He's 11. I want him to shoot a deer. Do you mind? And they're like, that's fine as long as you shoot away from the house. I was like, this is fucked up.
Yeah, just don't shoot in this direction. You could shoot anything you want, kill anything you want.
They shot a deer today, this morning.
You know, you don't see deer very often, Imran.
I mean, I do. I don't shoot them, but they're overpopulated. Whatever.
I see them dead on the highway, getting hit by cars.
Oh, really? That's fucking scary as shit, dude. And that's
all dead over here.
That'll kill the fucking driver. And I drove up there. Also, I'm learning how to drive stick, so I got a lot of practice driving a manual. It's kind of fun.
You were driving a guy named Emmanuel?
A gynecological man. No, a manual transmission. I learned practice.
Not a a guy named Emmanuel.
Oh, I was driving a guy named Emmanuel.
I was driving Emmanuel. I'm like, oh.
I was driving a manual transmission Emmanuel.
Emmanuel transmission. He's French. I don't know.
Remember Manuel from Faulty Towers? Manuel? I know nothing.
Batmanuel
from The Tick was awesome.
Yeah. Well,
all right.
Thanksgiving, I went to a buddy's house.
Okay.
And
got some scraps?
Yeah, basically I couldn't go during Thanksgiving, but when everybody left, I went over there and then like they said, hey, there's a bunch of shit in the refrigerator, help yourself to heat it up.
Oh, so, that's nice. At least you got fed.
See, these motherfuckers ate early, though. Not like 11:30 early.
That was pretty fucking early.
They ate, I think, at like 2:00, so I was still getting out of bed.
Oh my god, even that's too early.
I just rolled out of bed and got myself to my buddy's house.
Nice.
And then helped myself like around 4:30. I had a nice fucking meal.
I'm glad to hear that somebody helped out our Felty. Hey, how was New Jersey Comic-Con there? Expo.
Oh yeah, I went to go see John Bellotti.
Yeah, how's Bellotti doing?
He was doing good. He was chilling,
selling shit.
He was maxing. I also ran into Todd DeZago over there.
Did you say hi for us?
Yeah, I said hello. And then also I saw Craig Rousseau, which is like, the other guy who works on for Hapernauts.
Yeah, his great artist. Yeah.
I think we could probably get him on.
Oh yeah. I would love, do you think I'd love to get both of them on, but we had
Todd definitely wants to be on the show again. So
maybe we have Todd and Craig at the same time as like a duo.
Absolutely.
Or just Craig, yeah. So we'll definitely reach out. I love DeZago. He's how do you say his last name? Does anybody know?
DeZago.
It's DeZago, not DeZago.
It could be DeZago if you want it to be.
I see. I don't want to say his name wrong.
I think I heard Scott Weinstein say DeZago.
Right? That's what I thought I heard too. And I called him DeZago on the show, and he didn't correct me because he's a nice guy,
It doesn't fucking matter.
Nah, it doesn't call me. People call me all sorts of shit. I don't fucking give a shit.
People call me Rug Boy.
I get Ermin. Roberto, and that's wrong. It sounds right, but it's wrong.
Yeah, it's not Roberto. It's Rugberto.
Rugberto. It's very simple, people. Rugberto Bambino.
Yes.
Manja.
All right, dude. I'm going to go. And why do I have an accent on this?
I don't know. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining.
My favorite thing was last time when we did the show and that Mexican dude came on and I started doing my Antonio Banderas.
That was amazing. It was very good.
I fucking love that. I love I love that.
The Mexican rug boy is amazing to watch.
I gotta get like a big mustache and a sombrero and fucking just do like Desperado.
I think
Rug
that's
boy.
offensive to anybody.
Fuck him. It's funny.
That's funny as shit.
He calls himself the Mexican Elvis.
He
That's
does.
weird.
He does.
Yeah.
I think we should. I think we should do it because you did an
Yeah.
impeccable accent. It was very, and then yeah, it's good.
Yeah. It's basically with Cornolio from Maybe Somebody.
DB for my bunghole.
He's like, I am Cornolio. Can I do Cornolio? Oh shit! I
You could
can't
do.
Man,
Is that
not
copyright
Cornolio.
infringement? Is that what you're worried about? Like judges gonna come
No,
after you?
I'm not worried about anything infringing anything.
All right, don't infringe yourself.
All right, listen, Imran. It was a pleasure,
Thanks.
and I want to thank everybody at Blab who tuned in,
Yes.
especially the guy who stuck with us the whole show.
Selassie's still here. Big Jeff's still here. Thanks, guys. This has been the Jock and Nerd podcast. Check out all of the fun stuff at jockandnerd.com. Follow Rugboy at Really Rugboy on Twitter.
We should go crash other people's podcasts.
We can hop around, but I gotta turn around and put this goddamn show up.
No, you do it.
All right.
You go ahead and do it. Maybe I'll just jump on other
Hey,
people's
if you're
podcasts.
feeling blab hoppy, blab, spread the word. Spread the empire stupidity.
Spread your legs.
Spread your legs a little. There'll be a little felty that'll crawl right up in there and make you feel good. That's all.
Yeah, get some air in there.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap it up. I gotta go. I'm gonna produce this show now. There's Selassie. Thanks for the props, man. You're killing it on the props, man. People are coming in now. This has been the Jock and Nerd podcast, post show, and Rugs. I don't know. You could take over.
All right, I will take over the show.
Do you want
Does
it?
anybody want to jump on? Does Blanksy want to join us? Blanksy, would you like to join us on the podcast, Blanksy?
Fun. He says no thanks. Fun stuff only. Says
All right, well then I'm gonna go.
All right,
Who's gonna-
guys. This is, like we said, we're closing the show. Check out jockandnerd.com for our audio feed and subscribe to us Twitter. Blab will be back next week, Thursday. Same Rug Boy time, same Rug Boy channel.
Tell your mom.
Tell your cousins even. Jock and Nerd. Tell them that.
Jock and Nerd.
Give them one of those. Okay.
Tell my mom.
Somebody
I
tell
don't think
Rug Boy's
she's-
mom. She doesn't know where he is. She's very concerned. She keeps calling me.
Where is Rock Boy? What does he do?
Rug Boy, you wash your ass. Rug Boy, you wash your ass. Why you know wash your
Pablo?
ass? Pablo, honey.
Pablo?
Rug Boy, honey. Why you know wash your ass, Pablo, honey?
Pablo?
Oh my God, that is an
Is this
old
Pablo?
fucking bit.
It's an old, yeah, that's an old one. All right, motherfuckers.
All right, see ya, Rugs. Thanks as always.
We are.
We out. Peace.